In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and God separated light from darkness. Welcome to Finland, the land of fairy tale forests and ancient mysteries. In the heart of this mysterious country, among the vast expanses hidden from the eyes of man, there is a forgotten corner of nature, a secluded forest where time has stood still for centuries. In the middle of nowhere, in the shade of centuries-old trees, there is a small plot of land inhabited only by wildlife and a single artist immersed in his world of creativity. In the distant past, when the forest was still young and full of life, a lone artist discovered an abandoned house in its depths. Driven by inspiration, he decided to turn this piece of land into something unique. Not realizing that creativity in a hermitage can be a creation not only of inspiration of the human race, but also a truly sinister creation giving birth to echoes of the otherworld. This artist, whose name no one knew, worked alone to create something amazing, the strange sculpture park. Every morning, Veijo Rönkkönen recreated creatures, translating his dreams into stone and wood. His loneliness gave birth to a fictional company of fictional friends who began to fill the island. With each passing day, the park was filled with an inexplicable energy, attracting those seeking answers to questions they didn't even know they had. Not everyone was prepared for what was revealed to them within the mysterious groves and among the statues that came to life under the ghostly light of the moon. But it was not only the statues that caused awe in those who dared to venture through the arches of the trees deep into this ancient place. The mysterious events in the park sparked frenzied curiosity among locals and researchers. Some claimed that in the very late hours of the night, mysterious whispers and screams could be heard bursting out of the forest depths. Why do the figures evoke mixed feelings in park visitors? From laughter to fear, they attract attention by the expression of their faces, on which are written a variety of emotions from surprise to aggression. It is as if they are frozen in a mute scream. Critics argue that this is how Veijo Rönkkönen embodied his own memories, experiences and attitudes towards the world around him. Interested in the possibilities of the human body and its structure, he experimented by creating concrete people in various poses and using them to express his attitude towards the universe. Some of the sculptures, smiling, show us natural teeth, which Rönkkönen was abundantly supplied with by his dentist friends. These smiles add to the thrill for tourists, especially when dusk falls in the park. Veijo noted that he sees the park as a symbol of the suspiciousness and unpredictability of his character. And this is easy to see. While the park has a well-developed system of paths and tracks, you can never predict where you will encounter a grim, human-sized concrete figure. The park is bounded on one side by a railroad and on the other by a section of forest, where you can see various groups of figures on the most unexpected themes, from laundresses from the childhood memories of artist Veijo Rönkkönen and wise Väinämöinen from the Kalevala epic, to flexible dancers in various poses. In a separate fenced area of the sculpture park is the most famous yoga park with a group of over 200 figures. One day, a small group of tourists decided to explore this mysterious park. Following their curiosity, they found themselves surrounded by sculptures that seemed to come alive with the sound of their footsteps. Immersed in their thoughts and enraptured by the unusual atmosphere, they did not notice how the maze of sculptures began to close behind them, forming a captivating labyrinth from which there was no way out. Panic took over their hearts, their pulse quickened. In the darkness of the forest, any silhouette of a sculpture caused an instant surge of adrenaline in the blood flowing in their veins. Their eyelids widened uncontrollably in wide-open eyes, catching the living glances of the dead sculptures. In the darkness of the forest, they heard a whisper that sounded like a plea for help, but its source was unclear. Their heartbeats were racing to the limit when they suddenly heard something else, heavy breathing and inhuman footsteps approaching them from the darkness. Fear gripped the hikers so much that sometimes they could not move. They realized that they were not alone in this forest. The sudden light of the moon illuminated the features of their path. Among the sculptures stood something that was not man-made, something that lurked in the shadows, feeding on the fear of the runner. Against the twilight, they saw it. A figure lurking in the darkness, its eyes glowing in the gloom with fiery tongues of flame. The hermit artist's collection of mysterious sculptures had absorbed the dark energy invested by its creator and spawned something mysterious and horrible of the ancient forest. The fleeing tourists realized that this was not just a sculpture park, it was a trap created by something sinister, something waiting for its prey. In their attempts to escape, they became the last witnesses to the mystery of the strange sculpture park, their screams echoing into the night, becoming part of a myth that continued to live on among the dark trees. Sign up!